Alright. I think we're live, I don't know. It's going to go like that. I'll take the advice. I've got to be like that, is it? Oh, that's no bloody good, is it? I'm going to be tabbing it live in a fish in the... No, I can't do it. I'm in the bloody bivvy. I don't know what the signal's going to be like. Oh, that's better. I don't know what the camera's like. I don't know what the signal's like. And I've got no laptops or tablets. This might not work at all, and it's just collapsed. So I think we might have to call a halt. Yes, you're live, John Paul Fisher. Don't know what it's like. What's it look like? I'm trying to fix it in this case. It's gonna fall. How you doing, Paul? I can't really see the chat on here properly. What's this button here? Oh, live chat, all messages visible. That's it. Right, close that. Okay, it's working now. I'm on my tablet. I'm on my Amazon Fire tablet. I'm in my bivvy. I've unlocked it. These Amazon Fire tablets, they're sort of like shut down and they're locked up a little bit, but you can alter some files and unlock them. And then this is going to fall over in a minute. Be careful. You can alter some files on these Amazon tablets, unlock them, so you can put other bits and pieces on, like Google Chrome, stuff like that. And I'm having a bloody nightmare, to be fair. Well, not a nightmare, but... So if you don't know, I'm at the fishing lake. Let me straight me... Oh. I'm at the fishing lake, and I'm in a club membership of a club. And yeah, I've been doing a bit. I'm trying to read me yeah, I'm a member of a fishing club, and it's shut for a week. We're in March now, aren't we? It's shut for a week in April, and then it's open again. So I thought I hadn't been for ages, so I thought I'd go fishing. Had a couple of friends. One, my nephew Daniel was only doing a day. You right, Dan, if you're watching? My nephew Daniel's only doing a day, and he's gone home in amongst the bloody rain. So if you're in the Essex area, it's been hammering. I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's been bloody hammering down on and off. I got absolutely soaked. My gear's got soaked. So I sat in the car thinking, shall I go fishing or not? Well, I had to go and sort with torture. I had the car loaded up, so I thought I'd go. Once it's in my head to go, I'm going. Do you know what I mean? So once it's in my head to go, I'm gonna go. I had the car loaded up for a couple of nights, ready to go. So I thought, sorry, I'm going. So I went. Sat in the car. The thing is, I put the cheers, mate. Tight lines. Thank you. I need it. One rod keeps going off. I don't want it to go through. I don't want to go out there, and it's horrible out. It's dark. I don't know if you've ever been fishing before, but especially carp or lake fishing. If you're fishing on a lake, you just lose the light. I mean, I don't know. It's 10 to 8, kind of 10 to 8, and you know, I fish with light, no lamps or anything. I've got a light behind me, obviously, but you got no street lamps, obviously, so it's dark, very, very dark. So once you've got to get everything settled and everything ready before you lose that light, because once you lose that light, it's like head torch and torch jobbing. It is pitch black out. Getting back to that, so I loaded the car up, finished early this morning, and got over here, and I sat in the car underneath. But then once I got this little bivvy out and it's got soaking wet, I was sort of set up. So then it hammered down raining in and out of the car, so I'm set up now. And there's a few people turning up this afternoon or tonight. Mad, absolutely mad. So yeah, for those that just turned up, what's this button here? This is live chat, all messages visible, super chat, member and super chat messages, top chat, some messages, right, okay, all messages visible, but they disappear then all the time. I'm on an Amazon tablet, a Fire tablet thingy. I've never done it before, so I've got no keyboard or anything, so I can reply verbally, and I can't have guests on or anything tonight. I've got the laptop. Good luck with the fishing tonight. April showers have arrived. Oh, cheers, Paul, Mr. Paul Johnson. I don't want to catch a fish tonight. It's pissing down. Well, it's stopped now, but it is a bog. So I managed to take my welly boots off. Luckily, at the last minute last night, I whacked a spare pair of socks in the car. So I've managed, without getting my feet soaking wet, I've managed to swap socks, and I feel a lot better now because my feet got wet. So I've got my welly boots there, which are covered in bog, mud, and I've got my old trainers there. But I'm in my sleeping bag now, so it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to bed soon. but not before. I have a little can of Stella. I'm a bit comfortable because the bed's not up at an angle. I've got a pillow, but it's not up and out because it's an angle. It's a pain. I'm just going to lay down a minute. I'm going to have a little beer. So hopefully people who are in their pub sheds down the garden or whatever are watching. Hang on, come on that. Cheers everybody, happy Friday. I've got 2 rods out. I'm fishing by the way, everyone just turned up. I've got 2 rods out, baited up. I put some bait out. One's got a couple of old boarders. I tried to change the bait. I couldn't, it kept raining on and off, on and off, on and off. And it just started hammering down. The left-hand rod, I managed to change the bait to what I wanted. A small pop-up boilie with what's called a maggot ring. It's a metal ring with some maggots on it. I bought some maggots the other day. And it looks quite tasty, I think. If I was a carp, I'd go, yeah, I love that. But also you can attract small fish, roach and bream. So I had a couple of knocks on that rod on the left. And to be quite honest with you, I was talking to a guy earlier, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, you can reel in if you want, really. Oh, I can hear Pete walking past. Very disconcerting sometimes. You're a bit better on a private. We're on a club wall to say you're okay, really. It's gated, it's keyed. But it can get very disconcerting. I can't even say it. Very disconcerting. Right. It can get very worrying. Very worrying. If you're on a day ticket water, like if you know nothing about fishing, a day ticket water is where you turn up and pay on a day and you just fish for the day or the night. A club water is a little bit more private. It can get very disconcerting if you're on a day ticket and you can hear noises. You don't know who it's about because you're in your little tent with the door zipped up and you can hear noises outside and you don't know who it is. On a club water, you're a little bit safer, you're a little bit more private, and hopefully everything's safe outside. Because I've got no windows here, everything's zipped up at the moment. I've got a little light behind me up there, and I've got a light outside, but that's not on. So, cheers. I think there's people still turning up fishing. They're mad. They're mad. It's a bog, but it's really slippy around there as well. I'm quite close to the car, so I'm all right. I'm a bit peed off well because I thought it was going to be dry tomorrow, dry and bright, but I just checked the weather. It's not looking bloody good tomorrow either. I'm hoping. I want to check the weather again in the morning, have my breakfast, check the weather again in the morning. I'm hoping there's a dry spell, and that dry spell I'm going to have to try and pack away and get it back in the car and sod off home. Put my feet up more so I'll have a nice cup of tea. It's quite cosy here though. And in fact, what was I saying? Yeah, I talked to a guy earlier, and he's got a friend that does a lot of fishing, and he doesn't. Who's that? Pauline, Paul. Good luck with the fishing tonight. I hope Hi, do you want any fish yet? Pauline, no fish yet, darling. He goes, that was. All right, Brian. Did you have a fish, Brian? The bridge troll is my mate from work, Brian, over there. I think I've got a feeling he had a fish earlier because he put on our WhatsApp group. I hate landing fish in the rain. So I was talking to some guy earlier, and he's got a friend who sort of reels in at night. I'm tempted to reel in. I don't know yet. It's quiet. It's winter. It's quiet. I'm not expecting a load of fish. I like to get my head down, get a nice sleep. I'm not expecting a load of fish tonight. But what I don't want is the alarm to keep going off and off and off all the time. I want to get my head down, have a kip. So I want to sort of sleep from midnight till 5 or something, or 11 till 5. Great thing about night fishing is you do not necessarily have to fish through the night. Shut up, Dan. He went home. Dan went home sick. Daniel Lambert went home sick because it's it's raining. Now, to be fair, Dan turned up earlier and he was only doing the day. I'll use that a rod. Outlander. Hey, John, even know what bait you're using, how many rods you got out? Swimming particle, bright pop, or sea fishing. I'm at a fishing lake. Oh, it's gone there. Just quickly, people, I'm not on my laptop, I'm on a tablet, an Amazon tablet, which I sort of, well, I'm doing YouTube live on it, obviously, but it's not, I've not got the full messages up all the time. I'm at a fishing lake, Club Water in Essex. I've got 2 rods out, 2 carp rods. I've not spawned anything out. It's winter. I don't think you need to put a lot of feed out. I got one with a double boilie and one with a pop-up boilie with some maggots on a lot of metal what they call a maggot ring. I'm tired, can't talk properly, and I'm knackered. It's rained on and off, on and off, on and off. I don't know where you are, but it's been. One thing I did do, it's been pointed out, one thing I did do, I made sure I kept this sleeping bag and bed nice and dry. I think my son bought me this sleeping bag. It's a 5-season, if you're interested. A Sonic SK Tech 5-season sleeping bag, and it's thick, 2 layers like this. And what you do, you fix it to your sleeping bag. You fix the sleeping bag to your bed chair, or your bed actually, and it stays on it. Funny enough, Paul, and I have, but I'm not going back to the car to get it now. Thank you, Outlander. Right, so Outlander, yeah, that answers your question. Cheers, mate. Sonic SK Tech sleeping bag on my bed, and what you do, you leave it on your bed and you fold the bed up, and it ends up about this thick, but it is lovely. It's a 5-season one, which means basically you can go. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. You zip it up. It's got these super duper zips that fly open quick when you want to get one of your fishing rods and that. So it's quite. Hopefully, people are watching this. You're all down your little bars having a nice drink, and you're nice and warm. I stink of greasy fat because I had to cook my burgers indoors because it started peeing down with rain. It's only a tiny bivvy, this. It's the, if you're interested, it's the Tracker Tempest 100. So it's not that big. And I had to cook inside with the door shut in the end. Well, I had to open the door because I started smoking myself out. So I've done 2 lovely cheeseburgers. They were gorgeous. I'm feeling fat was flying everywhere. I'm not quite sure. And I used my little cooker. If you watch my other video, they're bloody good, that little cooker. And I actually used it as a heater later on to heat myself up a bit. And I've changed my socks. I've got nice dry socks on. And I'm in bed in my sleeping bag. I'm not very comfortable because my bed won't sit up properly at the back because it's laying down. And it's so small, you haven't got space to move to do this. 6 people watching, 2 people thumbs up. Thank you very much. See if I can press this button here, comments. Live chat, all messages are visible. It says all messages are visible, but it only pop up every now and again. What's this? Oh, there you go. Tight lines, blah, 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 blah. So Bridge Troll is Brian. He's fishing over the opposite the lake to me. He's caught a fish, apparently. What's this button do? I don't want to bug anything up. Oh, filters. I can have a filter if I want. It's handy. Right, it's the front door. Who's that? Right, I'm checking. I hope my darling Julian hasn't bloody got herself a nice takeaway. I bet she bloody has. Let me have a check. I'll be a bit. My burgers were nice tonight. The cheeseburgers on that cooker, they were done. I've done them nice. Let me check. What's she doing? I bet she better not get. I wouldn't have thought she'd get a takeaway without me. Was she? Can't see. It's wet and windy. Oh. Try the other camera. What one's that? That's the front. Try that camera. I'm spying now. 3 thumbs up. 5 people watching. I didn't announce it properly. The other week I announced I got 30-odd people watching, which is good. And I'm from the fishing. Is the signal any good, people? Anyone watching? What's the picture like? Because these Amazon camera's busy. These Amazon tablets haven't got the best pictures, I don't think. 3 thumbs up. More thumbs up, people. Everyone thumbs up. Everyone that's watching, please thumb up. 5 people watching, all bored. Have a beer, people. Cheers. Can't have guests on, I'm afraid, because as I say, I'm on an Amazon tablet tonight. I've got the laptop in the car, actually, but... Right, it's bad enough getting this gear. Oh, hang on. It was bad enough getting this stuff in and out the bloody car without the laptop. I've got the laptop and the mouse in the car. I could have got that, I suppose. I'm not going back out there now. There's not a lot to see, people, so you might get a bit bored. Pauline's done a picture of fish, beer, fish, and burger and thumbs up. That's basically sums up my evening, I'm afraid. Not bored, like, wait till your bite alarms scream off. I've had a couple of knocks on those alarms. You know what? I don't really want the bloody bite alarms to scream off. What's the time? I want a good night's sleep. I'm hoping it's brightening up tomorrow. I bloody hate this weather. As I say, the club water we're in I've got to renew my membership next week. The club water we're in, it shuts for April, the whole of April. I think I've got loads of lakes and part of the River Chelmer in Chelmsford in Essex. So you can fish any of them, but I've just fished a couple of lakes at the moment. And it's £100 to join. And it's a bloody bargain after a while. Once you've joined, it's free basically. So if you know anything about fishing, and in the UK you have what's called a day ticket water, which means you can turn up and pay normally from 7 o'clock till say 7 in the evening. That's a day ticket. And sometimes you can pay what's called an evening, so you're going to fish the day and the night. So if you fish for the night, which I'd like to do because I've got so much gear, I like to fish for the night. Yeah, he's been the bridge troll Brian. His bib is leaking apparently. So yeah, on a day ticket water, if you fish through the night, they expect you to leave. The rules are like you leave at 6 or 7 on these different waters. A club water like this, basically you can fish through the night and you can literally leave at 7 in the morning, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a great thing. So tomorrow morning, I can have a nice lay and get up and have a bit of breakfast. You've got to rush up and get up and rush off and do anything, you know. And so I'm going to get up, have a bit of breakfast, see what the weather's like, maybe get back into bed and have a little sleep, and then a cup of coffee or something, and then pack away. What you can do is you can put some bits away back in your car at your leisure. There's no rush, you know, so it's just quite nice. So I do like that. I mean, for £100, it's well worth the money. Definitely worth the money. Yeah, and you can fish like, you know, midweek. You have a day off and fish. You can fish Thursday, Friday, whatever. You back in the weekends and that, especially in the summer. Really, it's a bargain, really. I think. Like you've only got to go sort of 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times rather, and you've got your money already. So it's quite cosy. 7 people watching. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the channel. If it's not quite what you expect, if you just turned up, it's not quite what you expect. It's because I'm on the fishing lake, carp fishing lake in Essex, and I've got my Amazon tablet sort of running alive. So I've not done my bar tonight. It's a bit boring. The background's boring, I know. So it's a bit boring. It's only exciting when the alarm goes off. But if my alarm does shoot off and I get a bite, I'm going to have to shut this down and rush out there and walk through the bog and grab the fish, try and take a photograph, but it's pitch black out. Cheers, people. So I'm going to have this beer. I'm not going to hang about too long, I must admit. I thought I'd pop on and say hello. Might get my head down, actually, have a little sleep. You don't realise, if you've ever done this before, and Brian is watching this, he's fishing over the side. Who's that? I was in Lim Anglers every time I went fishing. It was 2 AM alarm all the time. What is your PB? My PB, I think it's carp is £34, I think, which for the UK is pretty good, I suppose. I've never been to France yet. Keep meaning to go to France one day. That sounds good, Pauline. That sounds good. What was I saying? Put me off my train of thought now. Don't know what I'm saying. Yes, I'm gonna probably go and get my head down in a minute. As I said earlier, when you go fishing, you've got no artificial light. So once you lose daylight, hi Sparky Mark, how you doing? Once you lose light by the fishing lake, it's night time. Your head thinks it's a bit like working day shift, night shift. It's like in the summer, obviously, it's like light at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night rather. But in this time of year, it's sort of dark. It was daylight. Literally, I think the light cut off tonight about 6, 7. It was gone, and that's it. You got to get prepared. You got your head torch on, all your lights ready. Because once you lose light, you got no street lights. You got your pitch black. Yes, got the Ridge Monkey, mate. Sparky Mark. I've got the Ridge Monkey, and yeah, I've had that for years now. Good few years. Very, very handy for eggs and omelettes and bits. I use it as a frying pan. I also do omelettes and that in it. But I don't know if you saw my video on my cook. If anyone out there does a bit of carp fishing or fishing, that bloody cooker I bought, I've used it properly tonight, and it's bloody good doing those burgers. Really, really good. I'm really impressed with that. I used to have one of the small little ones. I've still got the small little gas cookers where you screw your gas on. They're so tiny and fiddly, and you have to put them on a table, really. You know the ones I'm on about, the ones that come in the little They're a little hiking one, really, I think. They're for hiking more. But all the carp fishermen buy these little cookers. They fold up in a little plastic pot, and you have to get your gas, screw your gas on, so you've got to have your gas in that. But let's be fair, I've said this before in my video before. When you're carp fishing, if you're staying overnight, you got a bivvy, sleeping bag, bed, chair. You might as well have a bit of a bigger cooker. You're not hiking up mountains, right? You don't have to be stuck with a tiny little cooker stove thing. I've got one, and they're a great little novelty item. Maybe they're great for making a cup of tea during the day. Yeah, I'm in it tonight, mate. Squashed in it, yeah. So getting back to that ridge monkey, getting back to that cooker first of all. Sorry, I'll talk about the 10 pence in a minute. Getting back to the cooker. So I treated myself a little while ago to this bigger cooker. I can't remember what it's called now. Where's the box? The camping gas thing on Amazon. I did a little video on it. I'll tell you what, I've used it tonight for the first time properly, and it is 100% the three-legged one that I bought. The legs go inside. It's a little bit bigger. Well, it's a lot bigger, but it is the bees. Honestly, it's the bees' knees. So if you're out there watching, you're doing a bit of fishing, carp fishing, that is the nuts. I did buy the flat one that Brian actually over the lake there, the bridge troll was watching this. I think he's got one. I did buy that, and I was going to send it back. I never got around to it. It's in my shed. But again, they're flat. They're in a little case. They're compact. They take the long canisters. This thing, it's a bit bulky, but once you put your three legs on, it sits off the ground. So you haven't got to put it on the table. You haven't got to put it up anywhere. It's got its own. Yeah, it's off. It's good foot and a half off the ground. It's got a grill on it that you can turn upside down, so it's low or high. And I've just did tonight. I put it on the low setting, and then I put the non-stick plate on it and done my burger straight on that. So I didn't need me ridge monkey to be fed, but it's straight on this hot plate, the grill, like a barbecue. It is the Rolex. Honestly, I'm well impressed with that. And tomorrow morning I'll do my breakfast on that. You can, as I say, I've talked about the ridge monkey. I don't think I'll even use the ridge monkey tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I think I can put the breakfast straight on that. I don't know about the eggs. They might go for the slots. Might put the fried eggs in somewhere actually if I fry them. Unless I put one in the middle. I'm just looking at it now behind me. But I can put the bacon on that and eggs. I might use a ridge monkey tomorrow. I'm not sure, but that is the nuts. Honestly, that is the nuts. Really, really impressed with that. Really impressed with that. I can't. Yeah, that is the nuts. So let me have. Up, John, looking a bit cold there, mate. No, it's lovely here, mate. I'm telling you, got me that on. So yes, I'm in the Tempest. So for those watching, I'm fishing tonight down a fishing lake. I ain't been for ages. It's the last weekend next week, the last Friday next weekend. Then the club that I'm in shuts for a month. So I thought I'd get a little bit of fishing in, and I didn't expect this weather, I must admit. Well, I sort of did, but once my car's loaded up and I've got my head into it, I'm going. I didn't want to turn back. When I get this sleeping bag's lovely. Five season sleeping bag, nice comfy bed. I've got some decent gear that I bought now the last couple of years, so I've got some stuff now. I bought some cheap stuff over the years, but I've got some decent gear now. It's going to last me now for quite a while. I mean, the Tempest 100 Brolly system, which is a bit snug, it's a bit low, a bit tiny, but for one night I'm squashed in. But I kid you not, tonight the Tempest system. I mean, my friend of mine's bought the 100T now. He's got the higher one, which is a bit better. But it's the same footprint. It's a little bit squashy, but I'll tell you, it was raining, it hammered down on and off. This thing goes up, I reckon, in 1 minute. You fan it out, flick it over, done, throw it down. British Troll, I think he's saying it's warm tonight. It's not warm, he's lying. No, it's not too bad. I'll probably go sleep me out on, I must admit. I did get colder, that's the thing. Once you get cold, I've changed my socks, but once you get cold, you do it cold. I'm in this sleeping bag. This is bloody nice, this. My son bought me. My son, Joe, if you're watching, I don't suppose you are because you're in America, but this is the nutsiest sleeping bag. And I'm probably going to sleep me. I am cold, I must admit. I'm going to leave my coat on at night. I think that's how cold I am. The problem is I should have changed it. I've got a spare t-shirt in the car, but I didn't change it. And the t-shirt got a little bit damp. My socks got a bit wet, my trousers got wet, everything got a bit wet. So I'm a bit wet, basically. So, and I'm knackered. The problem is, in this weather, you don't dry out, and you can't really change. It's a tiny. It's not so much the Tempest 100, which someone just asked me about. It's a bit snug and small, but because I've walked a load of mud and bogging, and I can't wipe the floor. Hang on, funny enough, I didn't bring the whiskey. I didn't. I looked at it. I've chased. Well, I've left them in the car actually. I did bring some whiskies with me, but because I walked a lot of bog in, there's nowhere here really to get changed, so I can't change my clothes really. I'm stuffed. Let's put something on the floor, so I can't. I'm basically in sort of damp clothes, but I'll survive. Whiskies. I got my little flask. I went down at the bar to get some drinks, and that's to bring away this weekend, this tonight. And I bought some. I looked at my little flask. He's tired. Excuse me. I bought this a little flask, and then I changed my mind. A friend of mine, darling Emily, friend of the family, bought me for Christmas. I think it was some little mini. It's like a whiskey taste set. I think it's 4 or 5. It's in a little bus for some reason. I can't remember why. It's a Christmas gift set. 5 little whiskies. 4 or 5. I think it's 5 little whiskies, little jar whiskies. Glenfiddich, Dewar, blah blah. Ones I've got. One I haven't got, but all the rest I've got. I've got them in the car. And I had them earlier, running backwards and forwards, so I thought I'll leave it. I'm gonna have a couple of beers, and that'll do me. I'm not gonna go mad. Drinking whiskies. I was gonna have one, but I'm not definitely. If someone comes and knocks on my tent now, I said, "Give us your car keys, John," and when it got me my whiskies, hand them to me in my bed here now. I'd have one, but I'm not gonna bloody put my shoes on, get out, zip, unzip. If you've ever been camping, if you haven't done fishing before, fine, yeah. If you haven't done fishing before, fine. If you've ever done camping before, you know what it's like getting out to go to the toilet in that zip, zzz, zzz, off the bed, out the door, go to the toilet. Right? It's just a pain in the backside. So I've got to get out of the sleeping bag, put my shoes on. Well, I've got to put my wellies on actually because it's so much bog outside. Unzip the door, walk to the car, which is only around the corner, I must admit, get the whiskies, walk back. It's simply not worth it. So I'll have them another time. Meanwhile, I'll have a couple of beers. It's very, very... Oh, what's that noise? Very, very quiet out tonight. I can't hear any alarms going off. I've been fishing before in warmer climates. Warmer weather, actually, not climates. Warmer weather. And around now, or in the evening later on, all the time, especially when the fish start biting, you get the alarms going off all the time. Tonight, dead. That's because it's cold and winter, and I don't think the fish feed too much in this time of year. Wise people, I'm here, my mate Brian's here. Excuse me. If I yawned. My nephew Dan's here. And then other people started, so why are people fishing this time of year in this weather? Why do we do it? Madness, I think. Oh, right, okay, I got a bit of advice here. Yeah, I should have a whiskey, Brian, you're right. I'm not that cold, Brian. I think I'll have a sleep in a minute. I'm cold, Brian, but not that cold. I'm not having a beer. Do you know what I mean? Why are people fishing this time of year? That's what I want to know in this cold weather. The fish aren't really feeding this time of year. I think the fish, from what, if I remember right from the old days, from my knowledge, the fish go to the bottom because the water temperature is cold as it gets to the top. The fish want to stay a bit warmer, so they go to the bottom. So they don't really, and they're not active. A bit like us, you know, in the winter, we don't want to do a lot, do we? We want to sit about. We want to sit about and watch TV and chill out. We don't really want to watch. We don't really want to do lots of stuff. And I think it's the same for carp. They don't want to do much either. So, well, I'm down to 2 watchers now. It went up to 8, went down to 2. Not my most. I'm not in the bar and I didn't announce it. I'm damn yeah, I've got Brian's message. Any luck over there? No luck over here, mate, if you're still watching. Oh, well, there's a couple of knocks, Brian, on my left rod in the margin. The maggot one, but I think it could be breams, roach, or small, or liners. I don't know. Fish at this time, Lowell. Yes, this time of night or this time of year. This time of year. I wanted to go, get it out of the way. I want to do one fishing season, one fishing session before the club water shuts, before the warmer weather. I'll tell you, well, yeah, I've done it now. I'm here now. Let's not be negative. Let's be positive. I'm in a nice warm sleeping bag on a nice comfy bed. Can't fault it. Can't beat it. Cheers, everybody. Maybe I should have gone live earlier when it was lighter and I could have gone outside. Well, I couldn't have done. Warmest part of the lake's 2/3 depth. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe I should be using a Zig rig or something, eh? Is that Has? I can't quite see my Has. How did you get that short name for YouTube? That was lucky. Yeah, I'm on a nice bed, in a nice warm sleeping bag. This sleeping bag, incidentally, I was in the shop the other day. It's gone up to oh, Brian's caught another fish. Look, I'm in again. Only small carp. Don't know how it does it, Brian. If my alarms go off, I don't think I even want to go out my bloody door. Honestly, he's mad. He's in shorts over there. I don't want to go out my door. I don't even want to reel in. But it's only there's 2 fish he's had now. I don't even want to open this door up and get my shoes on in the bog. Maybe I'll change my mind. My alarm does go off. Maybe I'm just saying that. Maybe I've just got the ump. Maybe I'm jealous. I'm tempted to reel in and have a sleep, to be fair. I want Brian to come on the show, do us a picture, show us his fish. If he puts a fish up, let me have a look. Ah! He's put a fish up. We've got a little WhatsApp group for us. A few of us that go fishing, and I'm going to see if he's put a picture up. I'm not going to show you what it's called. He probably didn't, because in this weather... No, yeah, there's no picture. It's dark and cold and wet. You can't... Hang on, let me just text my son on YouTube live. My son in America's asked me if it's dark over there yet. Hang on. What was that bloody knocked? I knocked it over. I knocked the beer over earlier when all in the bloody, when the beer is wet. That didn't cheer me up too much. Brian's got another fish. Rather him than me, to be fair. I don't want to go out in this weather. I'm going to go to bed in a minute. What's the time? 20, yeah. 8 o'clock, 8:15. I bumped into some guy, just funny enough, my son's talking about it. I bumped into the guy I was talking to. This guy's fishing over the other side of the lake. He does it on a regular basis. He's just got a bit, I don't know if you know what a bib and brace is, a bib and brace, and a coat and a hat, a woolly hat. And he's fishing over there with a chair. He's got no brolly, no umbrella, no bivvy, nothing. I'm like, are you mad? Apparently he does it all the time. And he said he goes home soaked. He goes fishing along riverbanks and he goes home soaked. But he said he's worn waders before, and the waders, he's gone home and the waders been that much water inside him. He must be some kind of nutter. Buy yourself a fucking umbrella, wouldn't you? I don't know. Why would you do that? No idea. I've got Canastella here, people. Hopefully, if there's anyone down your bars, what's the weather like where you are, people? Out of interest. Are you in the UK? If so, what's the weather like? Because down south, we've had atrocious crap weather. It is probably the worst day I could have picked ever to go fishing. It is literally the worst day ever to go fishing. I don't even think it's looking much better tomorrow. It was meant to be brightening up, but it's bright up about 10. See you later, Pauline. Tyler, darling. It's meant to be bright up about 10. I might have to pack up and go at 10 now. I wasn't fish on until the afternoon, but it's not looking good. So I might pack away in a minute, drink this beer and have a lie down for half an hour. If you've just got on, I'm going to shoot off now, people. It's only a short one. I've been on for 35 minutes. That's enough. I'm tired. I'm going to shut my eyes. I know it's only 8:30. 20 past 8. I'm down at the fishing lake tonight. There's not a lot to see. I'm in my bivvy. It's cold. It's wet. Sounds like a band, doesn't it? It's boggy. It's not just wet. It's just bog outside. It's not having a chance to dry up. Oh, it's got a bream. Lovely. Yeah, I think my left rod I keep getting knocks. That's what I mean. You don't want to bream. You want nice big carp. You don't bream. Right, I'm going Benny Buys now, people. I think I'm gonna drink. Oh shit! That's my alarm. Just gone off that. Right. Yeah, that's why I had earlier. That's just a knock. I heard the alarm go off outside, but I've also got this little remote one, which tells me that it doesn't tell me what rod though, just left or right. It just tells me it's gone off and stopped now. That's what you call like a liner. So basically, it's either a small fish attacking your bait, or that'll be like a big fish that sort of like doesn't really want your bait for some reason, or it's something swimming past and hitting the line with its body. I'm guessing that's the rod I put the maggots on, the boilie and the maggots. I think it's the maggots that are attracting the smaller fish, and they're nibbling at it, setting the alarm off. Because in this water apparently there's carp, there's also bream and roach. And the bream is what Brian just caught. I don't want the bream, I just want carp. So I've got a feeling it's a small bream or something just nibbling at the maggots. So I've had that 3 or 4 times now. Bit of a pain. A proper bite, you'll hear the alarm go beep beep, and then it'll go beep 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 beep, and you'll hook the fish that will just shoot off. That's when you get your welly boots on and shoot out and start reeling in. That's the plan anyway. That's just a little knock. That's nothing. It is cold and dark. Now, I've been fishing before in this sort of weather, but it's been in the summerish time. And you know you can get to sleep. You know when you wake up in the morning, you go, aha, happy days. It's bright and sunshiny and it's lovely. And it's really nice. You sort of wake up in your shorts, you go, oh, yep, and you see the sun coming up. It's gorgeous. I don't think tomorrow morning's going to be like that somehow. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. I'm going to say goodbye now, people. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's a bit boring and there's not a lot. All you can see behind me is my bivvy. Green. You can just see the seam there, can't you? Look. It's running that way. The seam of the bivvy there. You can just see it. I've got a light behind me. I've downloaded some films and some box sets on my tablet. And I can't even be bothered to watch them. I'm so bloody tired at the moment. I've been up quite early this morning. Cheers, people. Toodle pops. I might do some sort of live tomorrow at some stage. Like during the day or something. Bloody bream carp. Bloody bream carp weather. What's he say? According to Brian, it's called the bridge troll. How do I get my message up? They don't stay up on this. Well, according to Brian, by the looks of it, just now, he says, one message said bloody bream, next message said it's carp weather. This isn't carp weather, it's too cold. If it's carp weather, why is he catching bream? Nutter. Right. Oh, it's better. Oh, it's lovely. Right. Right. Oh. Right, good night, people. That's torches, right? Good night, people. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again. Look out for the next video, which will be the fishing video, a proper video, because I've done a bit of footage this morning. And if it's better weather tomorrow, I might do a bit of footage tomorrow morning. So far, the footage is just me moaning about the weather. Actually, me struggling and wandering around, sort of moaning about the weather. There's not actually any. There's no sunset shots or sunrise shots. It's just me moaning about the weather. So if you want to see a video coming soon of someone by a fishing lake moaning about the weather, like and subscribe, and you'll be notified. Click the little notification bell, and you'll be notified of the next video, which is me wandering around the fishing lake moaning about weather. Toodle pops, bye bye. I think I'll press this button here. Do I? Tight line, someone said. Just at the last minute. Where do I buy one of? Bye bye, mate. I'm off now. Bye bye. Tight lines, people. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? God.